sign for keeping secrets in my head, or any space you can find. Glad to see that I could help make your life a bit easier. But have you ever thought of how I felt? You need to think about your behavior.
I don't know. I had to do it, folks. The first minute and maybe 10 seconds of the show, bring back my theme song here. I had to do it. I just had to do it. Hey, welcome to another edition of Butch On Sports. Simply Butch is here. And as always, thanks for tuning in on this particular podcast that's going to be yummy here. First and foremost, we start off with, there is no Tigers tonight here. That's right. There's no Tigers to talk about here. And I first want to say it. They're off today in a weekend series with, I do believe, the Chicago White Sox. So yours truly were partaking at this weekend here so I can get a good understanding of what's going on behind the scenes. And then next week, the Grand Prix. Oh, my. 2 weekends full of fun and frolic, I think. We'll just, hopefully everything goes well, weather and all. Okay, let's, right now, Houston is playing Golden State, I think in Houston. 23-17 the score after the first quarter. I'll keep you abreast of that as we move along with this show here. Yesterday's big news in a couple days here has been really thrilling for the National Football League as they announced they seem to have a solution to a concern that they feel that their fan base is taking steam at the NFL on. And that is some of the players kneeling on the floor of the stadium, that is, instead of standing up at attention. For what it's worth. Now, again, I will repeat, there is no law against doing, they did what they did, but again, reputation of the NFL feels that it's not good for business. That's a Stephanie McMahon quote. Not good for business. What is good for business, according to the National Football League, is that, you know what? If you're going to kneel, here's a way that you can keep from getting yourself penalized. You can do this thing. Stay in the locker room. That is the solution for the NFL. And the ones who want to participate in the national anthem, if they're out there, they must stand up to attention. Now, to me, it can go flip one side or the other. But first of all, before I say flip and give some opinions out on the particular call the NFL did, where some feel that it was a good call and some feel that it's not. Opinions are, I won't say what it is. It's a holiday weekend. It's become clear that the National Football League announced all this with all this heavy flaws and stuff there, but they didn't announce that the New York Jets chairman, Christopher Johnson, said he wouldn't levy any fines and punish none of his players who eschew to stay in the locker room or part of the policy and kneel or visibly protest during the anthem. He will pay their fines. This is the owner of his team if they came out and did it. San Francisco. They're on there staying from voting. So it's not a majority thing about the particular rule. That's number one. Item number two, and this is the important one. The Players Association has a say on what goes on or whatever it may be. And in the spirit of negotiations, the people who have dealt with negotiations behind the scenes, union or otherwise, No, there's a mute rule involved that keeps negotiation in the spirit of talking and saying what you need to say in order to get things right. And one entity that has not been included in this is the Players Association. So in the spirit of this, really and truly, this particular rule cannot be final unless the players and the association move on that and saying, hey, look, this is it. Also, they have not really came up with the fines. So right now what you heard that the NFL plan to do with this particular concern that they have, it's just that. It's a wait-and-see proposition. Then everybody can go to judgment. So until that point in time, let's see the moves that are being made in order to bring peace and harmony to the whole situation. That's all we got to do. That's all we can do. On ESPN late yesterday, Seth Wickersham, that's from ESPN, said on Twitter and outside the line that it wasn't a vote at all taken in a formal sense. That means they agreed to this proposal that they have made. And they were nice enough maybe to leak it, and Roger Goodell confirmed these particular. But he wasn't really finalizing anything in his speech. He's giving details of the agreement that was made with this party that he had, which are the owners. So I don't get off on giving this. Now, here's the deal with me here, and I laugh at the whole situation. It don't stop a player from protesting. See, it's 54 men on a team. Just say maybe 54 men don't come out the locker room during the national anthem. Or until after the anthem is played, then they come out the tunnel. Is that going to be good for business? As far as I'm concerned, for the players, yes, it is, because it shows they're united. And yes, there are some things that need to be taken care of. Kaepernick went to bat because he got tired of injustice in America. Yes, there have been a whole heck of a lot of injustice in America, and it's going. Hopefully, it gets fixed one day. But until that point in time, here we got to be able to think how we do things and what we do things and get some effectiveness out of it. We have people talking, but we don't have them walking. And what I mean by walking is doggone, we all abide by citizens, and including everyone, that we're all human beings. That's all. But after 200 years in this country, or it still goes on. If it's in the United States or in the Middle East, in Japan or North Korea versus South Korea, there's always some stuff going on. Hey, I'm just telling you what's going on here. That's it. So that's my statement on this whole situation. It's not done. It's not finished. It's a long way from being over and finalizing, okay? Until those other points, and those are the main points being taken, then let's just cool out and see what goes on here. Again, I think it's a win-win for, again, the Players Association, if they all get together and don't come out the locker room. By the way, that the mandatory players come out the locker room, that wasn't put into play to 2009, that what made players mandatory have to be on the field during the national anthem. 2009. Before that, it was not a requirement that a player be on the field during the national anthem. Check your books and your history. Here we go, boys and girls. Yes, Steve Kerr said something about it too, but I don't even want to get into that. He said it was idiotic. Criticized the league owners and leadership for pandering. Maybe I did just go ahead and read it out, this little quote that he made to the paper. Fan base and display a fake patriotism that intends to divide us rather than unite us. Oh boy, I just said that. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. The NBA announces league's first team. LeBron James, James Harden, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, Damian Lillard made the first team, all NBA. That was a pretty good pick. I don't know what you think. I know some of y'all got problems with it, but I don't know. It's a holiday weekend, boys and girls. Everybody smile and laugh and have fun. The Detroit Pistons, speaking of basketball there, if you don't know, they have hired a long league executive, Ed Stefanski, as the senior executive, and he reports directly to Tom Gores. Stefanski was with the Memphis Grizzlies at last, but he has spent a whole heck of a lot of time in Toronto. Yes, I said that. Toronto, the Toronto Raptors. Which brings today's news, hot news, and Pistons are eyeing the former Toronto head coach, Dwayne Casey, to kind of deal with the sidelines of the Detroit Pistons. And right now they say it's their best case scenario. He's had some winning seasons, but he has not been successful in the playoffs, not one bit. And for that to happen, and I'll say it again, he's got to learn from his mistakes, because hopefully where he learned in Toronto, that is good, he brings it to the Detroit Pistons. And when it comes down to win and really push to get a better result than he's got, has been given deservedly as a coach there, at least he wins during the season. Can't say nothing about that there. So finally, by the way, he brings 20 years of NBA executive level basketball operation experience. He signed a 3-year contract. Right now, I guess they're looking for a coach before they worry about general manager. Who knows? Jeff Bauer might still be here. Yeah, he might still be here. Jack Johnson was a prominent athlete way back when, in the 19 teens. That's what I said, the 19s. But in 1913, he was convicted by an all-white jury, and they had an act called the Mann Act for traveling with his white girlfriend. In those days, that law was illegal to transport any woman across state lines for immoral purposes. Need I say any more? However, today, Donald Trump granted a rare, preposterous pardon to the first black heavyweight champion of the world. Jack Johnson was clearly the man about 100 years ago, and then some. However, Trump said that I'm taking the righteous steps. I believe and correct the wrong that occurred in our history, so I truly honor the legendary boxer Trump during the Oval Office ceremony. They was joining the WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder, retired heavyweight title holder Lennox Lewis, and actor Sylvester Stallone, who supposedly influenced President Trump of this pardon of Jack Johnson. Really? I wouldn't tell you no fib. None at all. What can I say? Okay, but that is, to me, that's a good thing, though. He ruled that injustice, got that done there, and rightly so. Jack Johnson in his day. So what I have read or seen film was, a powerful man, very rich, via black or white. Japanese or any other race. He was the man. But to see how far things has come, back there in those days, you weren't married and you crossed state lines, buddy. People had their own impressions and thoughts of what you were doing. He spent time in jail for it too, which is not cool at all. Anyway, we are going to be updating our equipment the rest of the week. And plus, I'm on assignment. So that gives you the rite of passage to enjoy your weekend. And the next time we talk, which will be a special on a Monday. No, we're not doing the game this Monday because it's the holiday. But, I'm going to hang around the Tigers this week, and we're going to talk about the Grand Prix on Monday. Then I'm going to make a special announcement that I haven't been keeping to myself here for a little while. So everybody knows something, and it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. But you all get that on Monday on the special edition of Butch On Sports, the holiday edition. Hopefully everybody has some great ribs. Stay out of trouble. The popos are out there for this remaining weekend and then some days to make sure that you behave yourself. I mean, on the drinking and all the other things that you ain't supposed to be doing, please don't do it in front of the popos. They are everywhere, and I've seen them starting today. And they're pulling people over 3 and 4 cars deep. That's how many it is, and they got plenty to spare. So do be careful out there, please. Do be careful. I will. Oh boy, I will be coming on Monday. Check me out on of course, on my thing here of on Butch On Sports on Facebook. It could be regular. Give me a like as well there. Hey, and also you can check me out on Podomatic. Hey, type in simplyButch.podomatic.com and you'll be able to pull up the Butch On Sports page, or website page up on that. I'm also on Podbean here as part of the explosion, the game, okay? Scott Nason. Hey, pull it up. That's on Podbean. The game at podbean.com. Or the Game Sports Show at podbean.com. It'll pull up. And you can listen to the various programs, well, the game that I'm on there, plus various other stars, Hey, Dave has a couple of shows. EJ, now and then, I have his say. So check it on that site as well. Also on iTunes, boys and girls. Again, I'm done. Well, about 20 minutes worth of this stuff here. Well, a little bit under, but what can we do? Hey, Butch On Sports is a presentation of Oh My Darling Production, special broadcast on Monday, and some surprises in store. So, hey, be careful out there and behave yourself.